Says disconnected.
If I did have to watch like an hour long, okay, there now it's gone.
I was gonna say I was about to say, you sure that's not just a delay?
We should be back, hopefully.
Yeah, it's back. We good.
All right.
Oh, really? All right.
Are we? Oh, good.
Sorry about that, folks.
Yep. Technical difficulties. It happens to the best of them.
We can't. We can pay for faster internet. We can't pay for more reliable internet.
Yeah, yeah. But this is
Ain't
true.
that the truth?
Anyway, so Xander, you pay your fee. You go in and you see a number of rows of terminals. And maybe some like processing servers on the walls and what have you. The lighting in here is dim to dark, like most places here on Netstadara, because I mean you guys are underground. They're The lighting is sort of artificial and it's not very bright. It's clearly made for people who have dark vision, so who are more dazzled by it, who are more light sensitive. But there's like 15 rows, 10 across each on each row of terminals, all of which have like a port for you to put in your digital like information and what have you.
So, which one do you think will hit the most? Just kidding. Or pick that machine.
Yeah.
I'll walk up to a random machine and just stick my little cord in there, I guess. I don't know how it works. And I start doing research.
Right on. So maybe it's like kind of almost like a credit card kind of thing or debit card kind of thing. You like, okay, here's my bank, my credit, information and whatnot. And the like, okay. And it pulls up and it's like, it pulls up it turns on, flickers on. It's like, welcome user.
Please say something to continue.
Yeah. Would you like to define search parameters?
Ancient text? I don't.
Don't say you don't know. Here's Xander. You know, damn it.
I'm almost thinking to put in sifter.
You don't have to talk.
Ancient languages.
Well, you do know what the sifter is technically called at this point, because it was part of the what you found on Sansorgus. It's actually called either the Valatesh or the Valatelesh or the Valatelesh. It's like in a variation. There are like 3 or 4 variations on that.
Okay, so that's what I'd put in. Valatelesh.
Okay.
Let's see what information.
All right, there is a moment where it's processing and accessing, and then there is it comes up with an entry, but the entry, give me a computers check here. I want to see something here. I want to find out. $35. All right, that's pretty good. So what it brings up is volatilish mythological weapon of great power, and that's all it says. However, looking at the coding, you can tell that the information on that there was more data to this, but it was scrubbed. Somebody scrubbed the data on this thing.
There's a way to push deeper into the system to.
Would you like to try some computers checks to see if you can hack in and see what you can't get?
Well, I'm not necessarily saying hacking. I want to look at different variations to see. Well, I guess it would be. Okay. Yeah.
Alrighty. So the security on these computers is ridiculously tight, but you're managing to navigate it a little bit here and there. And from what you can tell, every uh, every uh, every bit of every file that mentions the volatile or the volatile or anything similar is most of the data has been scrubbed. However, and given the your difficulty in swimming through this thing, the whoever did this is either an incredibly good hacker, or they have a lot more access, like just naturally. So it's either somebody who has admin privileges on this system, who has high level admin privileges on this system, or it's somebody who's a really good hacker. But somebody has purposely gone through and and systematically scrubbed data relating to the volatile-esh.
Can we find a signature for who had scrubbed it?
No,
Like a digital signature, little image or whatever, following their code line or something.
no. That information has also been scrubbed and leads down a rabbit hole following who scrubbed. Oh, what? It appears to it appears to have been routed through multiple uh multiple like sort of points. Um if you had to guess, it looks like it utilized multiple admin backdoors, which means either somebody was able to hack into the admin passwords and just use a bunch of admin and just use that to go from point to point to access it different things, or it's somebody who already had access to all the admin codes. It still doesn't really tell you whether this is a hacker or specifically somebody who knew something.
So my next step would find out who is in charge of the data entries for the whole library.
All right, so you want to kind of find out who works there.
Yeah, just go back out to the general search of the computer and be like, well, who's in charge of this library? Who runs it? Who is in charge of data transcript?
So there's a lot of names tied to data transcription, but it's not listed what was transcribed or who was programming what in necessarily by you're able to pull up a list of like these are the employees who work here and their sort of overall job, not their specific responsibilities but their overall. But at the top of the pile, at the um at the top of the pile is a name that pops up that is director Hezrul. um and it's not given whether Hezrul is their first or last name, or who Hezrul is connected with, other than they are the director of the keeper of knowledge. They're the director for the library, for the
Okay,
archives.
let's research this Hasbro's life. Like, pull up a history of, how did he get this job? What led up to him having this admin job, and what did he do afterwards? Is he still here doing the admin director stuff, or is he dead?
Um. All right. So let's get a computer's check there to see what you can pull up on Director Hezrul. All right. So as far as Hezrul is concerned, his background story, it's listed as being semi-remarkable, in the fact that he was clanless, or houseless. He was one of the drow that did not come from from any great house or anything. Um, he was essentially started his life as sort of a street urchin, and but over the course of time, he had such a great interest in knowledge that he tried to apprentice for a lot of different jobs, and finally he came into contact uh, the House Mephelkin, which showed an interest in his like ability and his natural curiosity and intelligence. And House Zimlothi also showed an interest, and he was sponsored into academia, where he spent a great deal of time and effort learning, with the specific intention of getting this job specifically, becoming the keeper of knowledge for the archives, um, and with backing from, with with the important connections that he managed to make within Houses Mephelkin and Zimlothi, he was able to rise to the position. He's held the position for a good 30 years at this point. Um, he's still relatively young by Dro standards, but um, he's listed as being um, a fairly intelligent individual, but he tends to be a very private man. There have been attempts to make him more public, media representation, media companies and stuff within the Nedsadar trying to get interviews and do puff pieces on him, but he really won't. He doesn't like to talk to the media at all.
Yeah, but if we can find out where he's at, two intellectuals conversing about intellectual stuff would be a stimulating conversation for anybody.
This is he says there um he yeah, he'd be easy enough to find. He'd be on premises and have an office. Although you're probably going to have to you know, talk to a few people to be able to get a meeting with him.
Yeah, being that I hit a brick road here and actually getting any information, hey, he'd be somebody kind of cool to talk to. Not only for just the information, but the fact of his career is fascinating to me.
Right? It's sort of like, the guy who tried and tried and tried until somebody noticed and then said, "Oh, you're actually pretty smart." Um, yeah. And that's kind of what. So you're gonna try to get a meeting with try to get a meeting with him then?
Yeah, this would be kind of cool.
Yeah. So you could probably try to go back up to the front desk and see what that would take.
Yeah, I'd go up to the lady and be like, wow, your library is really cool. So I have a question. If I wanted to meet with somebody like the director, how could I set up a meeting with that to, pass around intellectual knowledge between two highly intelligent individuals?
He and the guy at the desk goes, "I don't know." He goes, "The director doesn't meet with just anybody. Yeah, he tends to. He really tries to keep it to business and business only."
You should
He
show him
goes,
your CV.
"Yeah, I was gonna say."
Sorry.
He was he's like, "What exactly? Who are you?"
Oh, I'm Xander. I'm a researcher of intellectual capabilities and ancient things, and over the years I've gathered interesting stuff that I would like to present to the director that he might be able to add to the archives to get him up to date and have more information of stuff that seems to be missing from the system currently.
I was like, "Ah, okay." We get a lot of scholars in here. Not many of your type. And he kind of looks at you, and because you're you're an android, and this is in a Drow city, so like, it's like, and he's like, I'll put it down and see if he's interested. Xander, right? He
Yeah,
goes,
we're on
is
the Tempest, if that
can I get
matters.
a he goes, get a contact number for you in case the director decides to take a meeting with you.
Oh yeah, sure. Here, I hand him my personal comm number, I guess.
And he's like, and he and he's like, and he and he kind of like looks at you for a second, um, and he kind of does that thing where he kind of coughs and looks at you expectantly before taking the number.
Oh yeah, here's about 200 credits for your efforts.
He goes, he goes, very good, sir. He goes, I'll see to it. It makes it to the director's desk post haste. And he
God, I
and
hate this place.
and he goes, will there be anything else?
Oh no, you've been quite helpful. Thank you.
All right. I want to jump over to Oliver Byrne. Where are you going to start your search? Where are you going to how are you going to approach this?
He'll probably start by going to some of the shops if he's allowed to, um, and see, just look at the local fauna. Actually look interested because he is kind of interested because
Mm-hmm.
he might find the poison he needs anyways. Um, and then if he asking around there, he still isn't approached at that point, he'll probably start looking at more scholarly areas.
Mm, let me get a diplomacy check here, and I need to roll something here.
Yeah,
'Cause
bring that up here. Diplomacy. Well, I'm bad at diplomacy. Can't I use something else?
We'll look at.
Because it's less diplomacy, more just actually shopping around. You know.
I'm just kind of. Here you go. Let's see. Disguise.
I mean,
That's
I could totally use
attitude.
physical science to talk to the people about it.
Initial attitude. Gathering information is under diplomacy.
But would it be gathering it right? I want them to come to me. I don't want to gather information on them.
Well, but asking questions, asking the right questions to get them to come to you is part of the job. Is part of that.
Okay, yeah, I think we're screwed on this end, guys.
I believe in you.
Not
I don't.
necessarily. Well, it's gonna
You've got
take.
Mahala that can help.
Yeah, this is true.
What do I need to roll?
Diplomacy.
Cool. See.
So, in terms of asking around about like poisons and fungus and what have you, um, it's kind of been a because you don't know the proper name for the poison as it's spoken in Netsidara, like you were never told.
Well,
It's
I'm not
kind of
asking
hard.
about it directly.
Right? No, no. I mean, being able to ask around because is a bit of a blunt way of going about it. But you do eventually get a couple of things. Um, uh, you do get it after about 3 hours. Um, you come across like, and there's and it did popular to it. There's not just Drow elves here. There's a lot of orcs and a few goblins that live here. Drow tends to be the sort of like population with all the political power, but they do have a number of like other species, and races here. They just tend to be poorer, either slaves or poor, or they tend to be like second class citizens at best. Um, what you do find out, kind of like talking around and whatnot, is that there's somebody's like, you know who he's like, you know, there's a number of folks that have interest in, poisons and what have you that hang around the severed thumb. Of course, there's also, and it's an orc that's telling you this, like the severed thumb is they've got a lot of they know there are people that might know something about a little bit more about that. Of course, there's always the poison shops themselves, but if you're looking for more specialized information, there's there's also Floso's House of Exotic Pleasures. I hear there's been more than a few, shall we say, tongues loosened uh, than you might expect there. Heard a few people hang out there. And of course, there's the Dagger Downs Gladiatorial Arena, because what's a gladiatorial games if you can't plot and scheme and fix the results utilizing some poison?
I
Yes.
might have phrased my thing wrong because I wasn't asking for poisons. I was asking for like fungus.
Oh,
Essentially, it's the
fungus.
ingredients to the poison. Because my hope
Well,
is if I go around asking around for the like just for
right,
knowledge on the ingredients, that
right,
someone in that group will recognize that they add up to that poison, and then they would approach me, kind of thing. Which
right,
it would be the same result because some of the fungus would be poisons. So I feel like they'd probably still direct me to some of those places, but
right. It would probably be something similar. So,
I'm
good.
definitely not a
Well, a
bear
lot
going
of
around. I want some poison.
I get that, but I'm assuming you're asking around sort of blunt and this is sort of like people being like, yeah, well, a lot of like funguses are used in poisons around here.
Yeah,
Like there's a lot of like fungal based like a lot of fungal based anything really. I mean, they have fungal based foods, fungal based, um, like textile products, et cetera, et cetera. Like they utilize their environment, the things that grow in their environments heavily.
right.
But
Yeah, that's why I was gonna go around using my neurochemistry degree. And just be like,
right.
hello, I'm studying neurochemistry and I'd like to study up on the effects of the different fungi in this area.
Well,
Kind of thing.
maybe the suggestion about Dagger Downs is less about the poison aspect and more about you know, you're an awful big fella. You
Yeah.
might do well down at the Dagger Downs Gladiatorial Arena, because just watch out. Some of those guys use poisons.
I'll keep that in mind. I love
Yeah.
that most of his bulk is just fur. He's really
Well,
not that strong. I love it.
he's just it's just, yeah, he's just big. People assume that, oh, you're a bear. You're
Yep.
obviously a big, massive combatant. you know,
And after last session, I
He's not
speak
buff,
Orc.
he's fluffy.
I speak a
yeah,
lot of different languages as I've learned, so I can speak Orc and Goblin and
yeah, you're just like, yeah, you lots and lots of language. But yeah, you were kind of directed towards like maybe Flosos comes up because they have some great that they sort of like, because it's essentially a brothel. They have a bar area and they have like some fungal based like alcoholic beverages that that are local favorites, and maybe that's why that comes up. And it's like, well, if you're looking for a if you're looking at the local funguses, they make a pretty interesting fungal based beer down at the at Floso's House of Exotic Pleasures. Something to that degree.
Okay. So 3 locations: the Gladiator, the Tavern, and the Pleasures.
Mm-hmm.
Oliver could go for a drink.
I'm gonna go check out the severed thumb.
Let's go check out the Severed Thumb Mahala. We got this.
Uh, I'm always down for drinking.
No, you are, Valley Girl.
He just he, just can't drink very much. Low body weight. The
How dare you challenge my metabolism, sir? I will drink you under the table. Oh, sorry. You were talking as gesture, my bad.
uh, the yeah. So you make your way to the severed thumb, and it is in a seedy part of the neighborhood, and you see more than a couple of people looking in your direction with interest. You can almost feel a certain level of malevolence just here, being here. Um, but they don't. Nobody approaches you just yet. Inside, the bar is got a. It's inside the severed thumb. The uh, the place is worn but well kept. Uh, for the most part. It's one of those places that it's like you can tell it sees a lot of foot traffic, and you can tell that this is sort of a neighborhood dive kind of place, but it's still one that whoever owns the place or takes care or runs it anyway takes good care of it. You know, things that are the things that are dirty, that look dirtier, that are more because they're stained than a lack of current cleaning, kind of situation. And there's a number of people here. There's a few drow elves. There's several orcs, a few goblins, a couple of hobgoblins. There's but by and large, this is sort of like the demographic that you're looking at.
Alright.
Um,
I want to stand in the corner, cross my arms, and look for someone shaking. I'm kidding. Or someone to look for some steamy people.
Okay.
Oh, throwback.
Oh, that was so bad.
Anyways. Yeah, so we'll go out to the bar and order some drinks.
Yeah, there's a hobgoblin behind the bar. He's like, you know, what can I do for you?
Oh, a tankard of, well, something alcoholic for myself and an appropriate sized tankard for my friend here. Pointing to Mahala.
Yeah,
Now she yells at you, for real.
like,
That's
Well,
it.
because I'm a bear,
I
so I drink.
challenge you, Bear, to a drinking contest.
oh my
Oh God.
that's terrible.
I do not hold my alcohol very well.
That makes
Probably
it
not
even
the best
funnier.
idea.
Yeah,
No, we're talking equivalent qualities or equal exchange. Essentially, are we drinking sizes that match us, or like are they giving me a tankard and you a tankard of the same size and you're gonna have to try to drink all that?
I can jump into the tankard, swim around, and then drink myself down to an appropriate level. But let's not spend all the time that we could on this because really Nerks would outdrink us both. So
yeah.
let's move on.
I have 11 con. I'm not gonna.
I
I'm
only have
drinking a
10
tankard.
con.
Yeah, we're drinking a tankard, equivalent to each of us.
Yeah, he kind of like the hobgoblin kind of points to like a display of what beers he's got on in bottles, and then like he points to like the tap. He's like, you can see what's on selection.
Hmm.
It's all like it's all stuff that you would expect. It's all there's a lot of like obviously orc brews and a couple of hobgoblin lagers, and there's some dro ale and some dro wine, but you're gathering that's probably expensive.
Well, then let's start with Drow Wine, dear Bear. He'll have a hogshead. I'll have a schooner. Bring them now.
Jesus.
You go for the dro wine then,
I
or are
think
At
at
you
that
least.
point I'll
gonna?
mention, like as long as it doesn't have any Fungus or poisons in there. I study them. I don't drink them.
He just kind of looks at you. And goes, yeah, okay. And he's just like, and he
Well, he said
goes,
that to Mahala.
yeah,
Well,
uh,
in my brain.
Dro
No,
one.
no, I said it out loud.
Oh, okay.
I'm
fine.
dropping hints as subtly as I can. I'm really bad at subtlety and
Yeah,
diplomacy
he's
in real life and in character.
right. He kind the hobgoblin just kind of looks at you like you're crazy or something. But he pours you each a glass. He's like, that'll be 50 credits.
Okay, let me go down to find my credits here.
I
Math.
was gonna say I'll pay my 25. That's Mahala.
Oh, I'll pay 50. It's easier to take off 50 than 25.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll pay.
Hey,
I'll thank the fine man.
the first round was on Dr. Byrne.
Yes.
Uh, yeah,
I think
kind of looking around. Um, no one specifically. Actually, you know what? Give me some perception checks.
I'll say now
Oh,
that's what I'm
finally
good at.
something
I
I'm
can do
good at.
perception,
Jinx.
right? This is us.
Yeah.
Ah! Take that, Mahala! You
Wow.
beat me on diplomacy, but I beat you on perception.
Yeah, you still beat me.
um, Oliver, I think it's probably safe to say that in terms of like looking around here, I'm not seeing anybody that's just obviously like um, you know that's super obvious about anything that does that like dealing drugs or dealing anything or whatnot. You actually you do see some credits change hand here and there, um, but for the most part, it looks like um, for the most part, it looks like it's for services rendered prior to, because it looks like there's a couple of like more well-to-do dro paying off what look like a couple of mercenaries, is going to work
Yeah.
in a hobgoblin mercenary,
Seedy people.
you know. Um, but you do notice that there is one drow elf woman that that sort of is a little different. Like most of them are like singular meetings with like one person, one group of people get together, talk for a few minutes, a payoff is made, they talk for a few more, and then both parties go their separate ways. There's one person that you notice after, I'd say after a good 30, 45 minutes that seems to be just sort of station themselves um, in a particular, at a particular like booth, and more than a couple of people come over and talk to this dro woman for a few minutes before talk to this dro woman for a few minutes before handing her some money and then talking for slightly longer and then leaving.
Ooh, she's a professional poisoner.
She exchanges no goods
I know.
with any of them.
Her goods are her ability to slip poisons into people's drinks unaware.
Uh,
um, hmm.
Whoever she is, she's doing whatever her business is, she does it. She's doing it out of here, out of the severed thumb.
Okay.
Which, by the way, above the bar, there is prominently displayed a severed and magically preserved moon giant thumb.
Nice. If I
Is
ever
it
open
blue?
like a bar, I need to
Yes,
find
it's like
something
a
that can.
grayish blue.
Oh my god. Oliver, I want to steal that so bad.
Fuck it. You know what? I want to just go up to her. Should I just go up to her and be like, "Hey, I can't help but notice you might be selling something. What? Show me your wares, NPC." How should I do this, Mahala? This is going on in your head.
Yeah, go
I'll
ahead.
bring this up.
I
Yeah,
got
I'll
your
bring
back.
this up. Just be like, should we just approach her? Do we just ask her? Is that proper? I don't know what's going. I don't know how to handle this.
You know, for a guy that makes drugs, you don't know how to do this very well. So, yeah,
I make them. I never have to go buy them. Or
let's try. Hey, lady, do you have any drugs for sale?
Hey, you guys go over to her and ask that?
I like
Well,
to
we could
imagine
think it at her
Mahala just.
too.
You're just thinking at her.
Yeah.
I thought you. I was like, I just kind of imagine you hop down, run over there, and it's like, "Hey, lady." I was like, "Oh God."
Right. Well, if I'm gonna hop down and run over there, then I have to do, somersaults to get there.
Yes. Beautiful.
I do. I completely and utterly do. So I jump off the bear, do somersaults up to the lady, and I'm like, "Hey, do you have any drugs?"
She just looks at you and she's like, "Excuse me, you are who?"
That's not really important for the transaction of the sale, but I am known as Zafira. The bartender
Well,
said you were a cool person to talk to.
first of all, it'll cost you 20 credits just to sit down with me.
I've approached by then. And
Is
I'm
this
like,
a comely wench that we're talking to?
No, she's attractive enough. I mean, she's drow elf. Most of them are fairly attractive.
Oh, fine. 20 it is. I pay to sit down with a drug dealer. What kind of fucked up universe is? Uh,
She's like she's like first of all, selling drugs isn't my business.
ah.
Now, if you're looking for information, that's my business.
What do you know about ancient artifacts?
"What?"
Ancient artifacts are a little outside of my area of expertise.
All right,
If
I
you are
tried.
looking for information around if you are looking for information having to do with Corazon Prime or the people of its streets and its
Um,
other
what was that?
organizations,
Yeah, I'll mentally tell you should ask about the group we're looking for. The ones,
Uh,
the outcast ones.
uh,
What were they called again?
the Korthul Kutra.
Oh yeah,
uh,
Cordula Kacha.
all right, so yeah, that's what we ask about. In fact, I will give her 100 credits to start on top of the 20 that she whined about when I asked the question. And then I will hand it back over to Oliver because technically you're the PC and I'm the NPC.
Yeah,
How much
you
are you
got this,
paying her?
Sensei. Another
120 so
credit.
far.
120. She's like, Korthul Kutra. That kind of information will cost you a bit more than 120 credits.
No, that was just what I handed you to ask the question. That wasn't what I expected. Ooh,
Hmm.
ooh, I'm an NPC. Take over, Oliver.
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
and how
She
much
just
is
made me
that
mad.
going to run then?
How much you're looking, depending on what you're looking for, the information will start at 300 credits for the most basic. If you want just a, if you just want to name somebody involved that is involved, 300 credits. If you want a name of somebody that can be of that can be of a little bit, of a little bit higher standing, that'll cost you significantly more.
I hate that she doesn't just give her prices. I don't do diplomacy, people. I'm
So
blunt. Um,
I shall enhance you.
hmm, I'm just trying to think. I'll just like pull out a whole 1,000 and just be like, now I need to get in touch with the court de la Cutra. I would like to see about studying some of the fungi and other flora they have access to.
She's
They
like,
would be the most knowledgeable.
1,000 credits. Well, I'll give you
Significantly more.
the first thing I'll give you is that there is a dealer who likes to hang around the Dagger Downs. He's one of Court the Little Cutra's slingers, as they would be called. He also he also frequents Floso's House of Exotic Pleasure, selling his wares there. He spends time at both the Dagger Downs and Floso's house. His name is Detevnir. He's a drow. He'll be traveling with 2 Hortus bodyguards. They're and Detevnir is rumored to have connections within one or more of the houses of the major houses. You'll have to press him for information on which ones. I'm afraid our information network hasn't been able to confirm enough to my information network hasn't been successful at confirming those potential connections. At least not to the point where I'm going to risk speaking names that could come back for retribution.
Do you have a description of Tevnir?
She's like, Detevnir is a younger drow. Is a younger man. He's got a nevertheless, he does have a fairly distinctive scar on his left cheek. A reminder of a leftover run-in with one of the noble houses. The ran afoul of one of the little princes or princelings of one of the houses or another. He dresses oddly. It's somewhere between 30 years ago, fashion from 30 years ago, and fashion from today. It's rather difficult to describe, but if you know anything about Drow fashion, you'll see that it's that his style is retro. I believe humans would call it.
She says to the bear and the radish lady.
Yeah.
Right. Very well.
Well, bears don't necessarily have a culture of their own to make that
Yeah.
analogy, and the the
You're a turnip.
and well, she's tiny and doesn't seem to draw as much interest from from this person.
Yeah,
like,
it should be more of Castrovellian like elven culture anyway. That's kind of what the link up is for them.
yeah, she like, yeah, she'd probably just be like, and yeah, I mean, by the way, and she slides takes 1,000 credits. She goes, "My name is Niquix. If you're requiring any more guide or information, I can usually be found here."
Thank
I shall
you,
keep that in
Nick.
mind.
Hmm?
I said I shall keep that in mind.
Okay, yeah. All
We
right,
shall leave.
awesome. And Twinkle, what are you doing with this time?
Honestly, Twinkle is probably not doing much interesting besides reading up on, well, specifically, the best way to waste as much of Nedge the Dar's time.
He's trying to figure out how to waste their time.
Because the more time I can buy for other people to do
Right.
actual work, the better.
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, at this point, it doesn't seem like you really wasting Ned Sidar's time doesn't take a whole lot of effort at the moment because they're apparently discussing whether or not they want to like open diplomatic relations with Patella or not.
No, but I'm delving
They've
into
called a special.
information.
Yeah.
Right. Delving into information like, all right, what exactly is this that they're doing? What is this going to look like? What are they going to expect from us next? And what can I do to slow that process way down?
Well, if you're trying to find out what Ned Sidara as a whole, what the agenda of the empire is, or the nation, or the hegemony, or whatever, maybe make that's probably going to be that's probably going to be diplomacy check, and it's probably going to require that you go out and kind of like you know ask around and what have you.
Hiring a lawyer. Great.
Hiring a lawyer.
I mean,
You have a lawyer.
no,
He's just not with you.
having a lawyer that's not with me is about the same as not having a lawyer, wouldn't you say?
Well, it really only takes you after about an hour's worth of time, you come to the realization that talking among the people here, the Net Sidar has spent a long, long, long time being isolationists, and that currently there is a drive to sort of explore the wider galaxy and see what opportunities are out there. um, there does seem to be that intent of what can we exploit, what's out there for us to exploit, kind of thing. They don't have a particular agenda against anyone, anyone like nationalist, space nation or another. Um, but you do get the impression that like they really like their spies are celebrated, like spies are a celebrated profession in this culture, like, and they they don't really outwardly advertise what their spies are doing or who their spies are, but they do advertise that they have spies out there that are bringing in information every day. And like it part of their propaganda is that we're Net Sidara, and now that we've decided to know shit about the galaxy, nobody's going to stop us from knowing anything we fucking want to know because our spies are awesome.
Question.
That's their sort of nationalism at the moment.
Are they super Hogan's Heroes about spies? Like, our spies are awesome, and your spies are evil, treacherous dogs that will be shot on sight.
Actually, spying is such a major important thing to their culture. It's sort of like how the Veskarium sees warriors. Even if you are on the opposite side of them, they still respect the abilities and the technical abilities and the art of spycraft to the point where if they capture a spy, they're probably going to be harsher if that spy was really bad at their job. If they capture a spy that was really good at their job, they're probably going to be a bit of a tip of the hat. Like, we're probably still going to execute you, but we'll make it quick and painless. And by God, you did a really good job.
That's
I'm going to
hilarious.
actually remember capturing you. You were good at your job. They actually respect it to the point where, and you got the impression when you were kind of doing the whole diplomacy where you're trying to talk in circles, you got the impression that the matron mothers had a great deal of respect for the fact that you were trying to give very little up and that you were talking in circles. Like, they also respect the art of the lie. Like to them, they're like
Sorry.
they respect the art of politics and
They're
like
Ferengi.
they are. Well, I was actually thinking more Cardassian because
Mm.
Garrick lies all the time, even when he doesn't need to, just to practice being good at lying. Like he
God.
fucking tells people this, and people are like, "You were lying. Why were you lying?" Well, you gotta practice.
In this
It's like,
universe, Donald Trump wrote The Art of the Lie, and
you
he
know,
was also Ned Sidar.
you know. Well, think about the way the Cardassians were portrayed throughout like Deep Space Nine. Yeah, there was certainly the big military deal, but the Obsidian Order was like vaunted as like one of the most efficient spy organizations in the galaxy for a long, long time. Like they were like, yeah, we consider the Romulans like we consider their secret service, their spies to be like sloppy and bad at their job. The Tal Shiar are not. You know, we replace the Tal Shiar as the most badass spies in the galaxy. um, I kind of see it that way. Like they have respect for that sort of political intrigue and spying to the point where, yeah, you're my enemy, and you did get close to killing me or unseating me from power or block my, ambitions. But I respect that you had the capacity to do that. You know?
So what you're
Uh,
saying is Twinkle will fit in just fit right in.
with the
Perfect.
exception of the fact that Twinkle has a bit more of a moral compass. Yeah,
That is a problem. We're working on that. It's
yeah.
okay. The day he
A
kills,
moral compass is not a problem. That's why you're here.
the
Uh,
day he kills someone in cold blood, I think we'll be fine. I'm sorry. The
right.
day he kills someone in cold blood for the fire strike, it'll be, something.
Mm.
But yeah, I think kind of asking around, that's kind of what you're getting.
That's fine.
Um, there
That's
is a
all I
real
really wanted.
sense, yeah, there's a real sense that the sort of political infighting between the houses has bred like this culture of just that is all about that shit, So yeah, they like being evasive with the matriarch, with the council of matriarchs, was actually kind of a good thing in the sense that they were like, "Aha, you're smart enough to not tell us everything right away." Um, so yeah, that earned you a little bit of respect there.
Good.
So, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Good for something. All right. Yeah. That's all I really wanted. So.
okay. Well, I want to jump over real quick to I do want to
Wait,
jump
wait.
over. Oh yeah,
Are
what's
you
up?
sure? Are you sure you guys don't have anything else you want to do? Like anything at all? Really? Like prolong the inevitability of my death? Are you sure?
No, I
No,
Well,
think
we've
we're
been
good.
looking forward to this fight all week. You have this
well,
by the balls, man. Do it.
you guys are assuming where I'm going next, because that's not where I'm going next, because I'm
Sorry,
going
I've been
back.
thinking about it all night, so it's fine. I don't
um,
want my characters to die, so go ahead.
the um, I'm going to go turn back over to Zai and Burnward. I'm going to switch over to them real quick. Um, maybe like you guys are kind of coming back from this sort of peaceful, like fishing trip, where you guys were, and uh, make survival rolls. I don't know if you wanted to keep any of the fish that you might have caught, but make survival rolls
Oh,
in case that's
Burnward plays for keeps no matter what. So
okay.
absolutely.
Yeah, we'll see if you guys manage to pull up some fish.
My browser decided to close instead of doing what I wanted it to do. So let me relaunch Roll20 real quick.
Not Mahala, Zai.
Let's see here. Damn, rolls a 2, still gets an 18.
All right. And Zai, you are muted. Survival. Okay. Um. All right. Yeah. So you guys managed to get some fish. Let's see how many. Let's see. Let's see. For
Say, Zai only has 3 ranks in survival. That's the funny part.
Yeah.
So Burn Ward, you managed to catch 4 fish.
Neat.
For Zai, you managed to catch. Oops.
Heh.
That's not a roll. Slash rolling 18.
Hey, one.
Rolling 1d8. Zai, you managed to catch 7 fish. Um, but you're.
How many did
Alright.
Chunder? How many
Hmm?
did Chunder bucket? How many did Charlie catch?
Yeah, he only caught 2. He was a lot less proactive about catching fish. He mostly he did that thing where he set his fishing pole up and he kind of kicked back and you know drank beer and took naps and occasionally woke up for light conversation um, and what have you.
Right.
But yeah, he was much more relaxed about it. For him, it was less about the catching of the fish and more about like taking a break. Um,
Yeah, Burn Ward is a little aggressive in catching fish.
right,
Not like cartoonishly so, but like whenever he
right,
catches a fish, you can tell like he's reeling it in like it's fucking like his life depends on it, you know?
right.
Like he's catching fish as if he's surviving in the wilderness.
Nice, nice. He's going straight up to training,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
training mode.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think like as
I
the
didn't know we were going to fish with sticks, sir. Otherwise, I would have helped.
eh, yeah.
Survival fishing. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like,
Um
yes, we can do it with these, but
and
Yeah.
Burn Ward's probably gonna look at Charlie and be like, "So, you always been some sort of trans-dimensional being of some sort?"
No, not always. It's been
I start.
I was a sea captain a long, long time ago. But
Like,
then I was also a space captain. It's a little difficult to explain.
hmm,
There's but suffice it to say, I was once a normal man. I was born, I was raised, I had parents, I had the experience. It's a bit of a long story of how I got from there to here. Not one that I've necessarily got much of an inclination to tell at this point.
hey,
It'll
Burn,
be.
like he understands that.
He's like, he says, he's like, and maybe like the shimmering door is standing behind you as you're standing on on the mess hall of your ship or the bridge or wherever, and he's like, so anyway, you
Yeah,
can do
yeah.
as
We need to build an army.
he says, well, I'm just saying, I've seen how this thing turns out with an army and without an army. The biggest difference is without an army, we fold and, well, we're all killed a lot quicker and a lot, and we just never get out of the starting gates.
Uh,
Is
well, far as I'm concerned, if we're going to all die, I might as well do it screaming with someone else's blood all over me as opposed to screaming with my own blood on me.
is what you do about raising an army and who you raise and how you go about it. That's all up to you. But try to make a bit of noise while you're doing it. it helps to keep the attention firmly focused on what you're doing. If you don't, then it puts your other friends in danger. Well, greater danger than they're already in. And they're pretty neck
Mm,
deep in it already.
Yeah, and I probably look at Zion. I'm like, Captain, permission to speak freely.
have I ever denied you yet?
He just takes that in stride and is like, okay, if we're needing to build an army, there are people who are specifically in the business of being an army. You know, there's mercenaries everywhere. I'm sure we could make some contracts, and as much as I hate to say it, there's still a few people I might be able to reach out to in the Hell Knights.
I want you to do all of that, but as far as it goes, after we get back, we're gonna make a Zai Army video, and then we're gonna go do propaganda on the next few planets that are nearby, and see what we can drum up that way.
Burnward's like, yeah, I'll leave you to the propaganda. I'll do
What are
what
you
I know
talking
how to
about,
do.
sir? You are what the soldier looks like.
Burnward kind of smirks for a second and is like, yeah, I get that I look big and bad. Just don't make me talk about shit. That's not really my thing.
And I think
You do realize I've probably got enough footage of you talking already to make a video just with you.
Yeah, Burnward doesn't like to think about that. Burnward's not a camera girl. Burnward's a fucking, like, get on the ground and stab someone through their eye socket kind of guy. He doesn't really
Right.
have time for the frivolity of video.
You got to learn sometime.
Eh.
But anyway, back to this. Go ahead, Charlie.
and Charlie kind of looks at you and goes, oh, it's the only thing I've got left. That's the one last thing I have is the Dominion of the Black is already sending agents out. They're my understanding is they've already sent after a Shira. She's still alive. The battle was a bit she had friends she had friends that were capable with her, and she didn't do half bad herself. But I'm afraid she and Avesa are embroiled in yet another situation of violent confrontation.
Hmm.
But
Vesa involved in violent confrontation.
yeah, it wasn't her intent exactly for it to go down the way it has. But
God, knowing her, she probably's done everything to hinder herself in any possible way on accident.
Well,
he kind of chuckles at
and
this.
that's not even including the fact that she has chronic space diarrhea on the regular.
Yeah.
Well, he goes, he goes, that's about all I've got for now. Watch yourself, watch your backs, try to keep as much focus as you can on yourselves. Otherwise, I suppose the next time I can't tell you when the next time I'll have a chance to, we'll have the chance to meet like this will be. But until then,
Before
I
you
wish you all
go,
of the best.
before you go, when you make it back to the other dimension where Vesa and Ashira are, let Vesa know that she's doing a great job, and that yeah, that's it.
He goes, well,
Do it,
if
do it for
I,
me,
he says,
Charlie. You owe me that much.
he's like, I'll pass it along to the Grey Cardinal, but he's been the one that's gone to that timeline. That's not.
Oh.
He goes. He kind of shrugs. He goes. I cannot be everywhere all at once. Well, I kinda can, but I kinda can't. I hate
Did you
being.
just?
He kind of just shakes his head. I know it's frustrating for me too. And
A man of contradiction.
he goes, hey, and he shrugs. He goes, I don't know what to tell you. And he goes, Fair luck to you then. And he kind of goes through the door and it shuts behind him. And like maybe it does that thing where like it doesn't all just like fade at once. Like the door itself sort of starts to fade, but the outline of the door like does that thing like it's almost like a lit fuse where the spark goes from one side of the door frame and works its way all the way down to the other, erasing itself. Um, so leaving
All
the
right.
two of you to discuss your plans.
About
All
that time,
right.
Tix Pit says, "You were gone 4 seconds." Yes, 4, not 3, Captain. 4 seconds.
Yep.
Was worried for an eternity, Captain.
Yeah.
Yep.
I scruffle Tixpit on the head.
Mm.
And I give Tixpit the fish, and I'm just like, do you like fish?
I like fish sticks. Yes, fish sticks.
Yeah. I'm gonna save one
Oh,
of the fish to give to Violence, and I'm going to set the other two in the closest thing we have to a kitchen. And then I'm gonna look at the captain and go, Captain, with your permission, need to make some phone calls. Where would you like
yeah.
to meet? Where would you like to meet a large group of mercenaries? I want to set up shop.
See.
Gonna
Where are we
do what
right?
we call an expo.
We were headed for the same place that Xander and everyone is.
Netsadara.
Yeah,
Okay,
that was our next
that's
stop.
yeah. Burnward kind of gets this smile on his face and goes, "Ah, you've just made my job 10 times easier, Captain."
Okay, I'm gonna make it a little bit harder. No one that is truly evil.
Do you want the Hell Knights on your side or not, Captain?
Honestly, out of the record, fuck the Hell Knights. You're great, but they were kind of dicks, and they also, hire racist, chauvinistic bastards that try to kill my friends.
Not all of them.
I know. I mean, you're
Allow me,
living proof that some Hell Knights are cool.
allow me to explain something. If we're having a war on the size of a galactic front, then we're going to need all the help we can get. And I will stand by the fact that there is no finer damned legion than the Hell Knights.
And I've realized we suddenly have money to spend and we can buy their alliance. And it would amuse me to suddenly have them working for me. But on the same note, you know how I'm crazy in the fact that I like chaos? They're crazy in the fact that they like it not to be chaotic at all. And yeah. So
Understand, you drive me
go
up the
ahead and call your
goddamn wall
friends.
sometime.
Yes.
Respectfully.
Call your friends that you think will show up. Definitely.
Yeah.
Also, man, what's my homie's name?
Which
Xander? No,
one?
no, not Xander.
Zer-
My Dro homie, Zeridan, yeah.
Zerdan.
Zeridan has to have some contacts on this planet, right? He would have hooked me up.
On
So
Netsadara? No, he's
Yeah.
from the Pack Worlds. He's
I'm
not
I
from Netsadara.
I realized that, but surely he knows someone. I bet I know someone. It don't matter. We'll
so
figure it out.
yes,
Besides, I
yes,
kind of like getting the
he
Dro on
definitely
our
knows
side.
someone. He definitely knows someone from Africa's Eye.
Mm.
Um I I am gonna throw out Profession Hell Knight and Profession Mercenary to gather as many of the legions of dogs of war as possible to Nech Sadara, so that we may parlay all in one big area.
All right. Well, there's a couple of things that going on here. You are able to get a hold of a number of mercenary companies, including including like there are several names here. There are the Skyfire Legion. You have a couple of people there, although the Skyfire Legion is hesitant to do business with Patella, but just given their close contacts with the Pact Worlds,
I would
there
like
are.
to mark something specific.
Hmm.
I did not ask Zai if I could do this, but as the head knight of Patella, the
Uh-huh.
head of this, what is it, octagonal table?
Yeah,
Um,
there's an octagon.
yeah, as the head of the octagonal table, I'm taking the liberty to include in my correspondence that there is potential for diplomatic amnesty through Patella.
Okay.
Spin that credit card, dude.
Diplomatic amnesty. Because here's the thing, if there's one thing a mercenary company loves more than money, it's getting the money and getting away with it, right? The idea that you might be able to get a get out of jail free card, even if you don't intend on committing war crimes, is a very tempting prospect. Because you never know when someone's gonna go cowboy. So yeah, I like very much am like using the fact that's like we are a planet that is unaligned, we are a large landmass. We are willing to harbor if need be. Like, this is potentially on the table depending on what you give us. And
Yeah.
of course, money is involved as well. Like, I'm not saying that that's the only thing, but that's kind of like the cherry on the sundae.
Right. Right. There'll be, yeah, you get a few things back there. There are some companies that are hesitant because of Patella's status. There are some that are just all aboard because they'll take whatever contract. They don't give a shit. There are some
Naturally.
that are like, we're interested, but we have some questions about, about what the job is. You start getting
Yeah.
replies. Maybe we get
And
that montage of like Burn Ward sending these messages out and sending messages,
yeah.
getting replies.
And of course, Burn Ward knows how an expo goes, so what he's probably going to do is like for the job, he's like specifically saying like this is going to be a multi-front effort. This is going to require cooperation between multiple group or multiple agencies. Like this is big and there's big money behind it. Like this is another war. Like this isn't skirmishes. This
Right.
is like
Ooh.
a war that is going to provide like a decent amount of downstream income and potential like offshoot shit.
Right.
Like Burn Ward's waving the carrot. Because as far as Burn Ward's concerned, if we're saving the fucking universe, this is
Yeah.
a mercenary gold mine. So he's not gonna lie to these people, because that's the only thing you can do to piss a mercenary off is to lie to him. So he's gonna tell them straight up, like, you're going to get money from this, it's gonna be dangerous, you're gonna earn your cash, and you're gonna have to work with people.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is the profession. This is professionally what's going to happen.
Exactly.
And
He's setting reasonable expectations. He's
mhm,
probably not saying we're saving the fucking universe because
right,
that's going to scare off every goddamn mercenary ever. But he is saying it is going to be a multi-front war, which is
right,
like should immediately get some salivary glands going.
Mm-hmm.
exactly. Instead of saying we're going to be fighting to save the universe,
Right,
well,
right.
I don't do
Mercenaries
shit
don't give
for
a
idol.
shit about that.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't do things for ideological causes, and I don't
Right.
necessarily believe that this is going to save the universe.
No, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And yeah. Cool. Um, Zai, you do get like Dr. Talat probably like sends you like a message with like you might be
Oh, good.
interested in this with a link to it, like a video
Sure.
link. Um,
Uh, First, I run it for viruses, and then I actually watch it.
okay. So the video link appears to be like it's one of like the news stations in the Pact Worlds, one of the larger ones, and it's like the controversial and video and images released of the controversial Captain Zai Volvetto and his crew helping the Adari in a attack by robot dragons. And there's video of like Vesa like like uh sort of like directing people away from the damage and stuff, and there's like video of Burn Ward like facing down the dragon straight up. There's video of like um Ashira and Kolnak, sort of like working with the device that they use to seal the gate. There's video of Nerks, uh, you know, Nerks trying to attack this thing or attacking one of those things with a switchblade. Zai, will like Zai with his glowing energy around him, crushing on his little voodoo doll, and what have you. Like there's mixed images of that fight. And it's like, then there's maybe a couple of talking heads on there, and like one of them's like, well, if you ask me, they were there out of self-interest, and they were only fighting from self-interest. They were fighting because they would have been that they might have suffered harm or been killed in the attack too. And like one of the other anchors, like, "Well, but they clearly had people trying to evacuate the civilians in the area. If they're as bad as if they were only trying to save their own skins, couldn't they have just gotten on their ship and flown away? Well, I don't think it's as simple as that. They may have been, and then there's just like they may have been trapped on the promenade when this went down.
Get
And
off
then
my promenade. Sorry.
there's right, and there's another like video. There's another video where like the news is much more slanted, where it's like the like the terrorist Captain Zyvel Veto in more acts of reckless violence, and it shows none of the positives about what you did there. And then there's another video clip of that's
Of our
slanted
footage?
exactly the opposite way, like a media company. Well, that's like, and reports and given based on this video, the video here, King Valvetto and his people were actually trying to save lives, which merits the question: have we been wrong about him the whole time? And he's like, and I have like, there's it's like I have here like an expert on an expert on social media concerns, and then there's names of some expert, and they're like, well, there's been a growing number of people that have been talking lately on various message boards that they think that there's been a conspiracy against this Zyvolveto for a long time. Some people are claiming that the incident on Versis was brought about by the fern carrying the fern in question at the receptionist desk, carrying diseases that could have spread farther than just plant life. There's rumors that the violence at the Holovid ceremony was actually about preventing a kidnapping. There are even pundits who claim that this Zyval Veto is secretly working against a conspiracy that is trying to take over the Pact Worlds, the Vescarium, and the Marixa Republic. This is one that and like the video sort of ends, and
Yeah.
it's the like most of the video is like the fact that your image is not monolithically bad. There are people defending you for shit where you were clearly on the wrong for at this point. Because, they don't know the full situation, and they're coming up with reasons why maybe you were actually a nice guy
Well,
the
I was
whole
gonna
time.
say the
You know,
last video looked like propaganda made by the doctors people themselves.
actually,
It was a little one-sided. Go ahead.
well, actually, that one, and if you ask him about it, the doctor is like, "This is not my people," and what it actually is that's actually
And
the
why hold on. I
Yeah.
just realized something. Then why the fuck isn't it his people? Because wasn't it at the very fucking beginning when we agreed to work with him after we raided his compound that he was going to improve our fucking
No,
our
he was
fucking
going to get rid
image?
of our. He was going to remove our record completely. Was the original of it? Yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck?
That's why I'm the king now,
Crazy
baby.
shit bastard. All we've done is help him and we've got Jack in return.
Right. That's what bad
Actually,
guys do. And he did keep us from
actually,
going to jail like twice.
and he did,
Yeah.
and Thobus Greenfellow technically works for him. All of the
Okay.
recognition on your sovereignty, he's had his people legally doing. His people are making the legal end run around laws to give you guys diplomatic immunity. At this
Okay.
point,
Yeah.
Then you know
that's what
what?
he's
That's
been doing.
fine. That's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Also, I'm
Um,
still going to harbor irrational upsetness at him.
this
Just
It's
for my
okay.
sake.
this and Zai, maybe this occurs to you. This is actually the paperleaf tea tradings company's doing because they
Oh.
did you did part of your arrangement with them to let them set up shop and utilize them as sort of like an intelligence service is that they were going to use their media influence to deflect some things to help you out with that stuff. Um, Part of it too is that the video of you guys actually helping people helps a lot. Um, but
I
it
don't
is
know.
clear to you. It's clear
It's
to
all good.
you that there is some media manipulation going on to help your image, and it does occur to you that that is something that Jala and Star Whisper was like, yeah, we're going to you've hired us and we're going to these are the things we do for you. We offer intelligence services and media manipulation. Um, they're they do
Hmm.
everything to do with information and intelligence. Um, so yeah, you like but yeah, this is very definitely like a combination of things here going on. But
Hmm.
it is a notion. It is interesting that you're like, wait a minute, we fully deserve credit for killing an unarmed receptionist, an innocent receptionist, and blowing up her fern in her desk, and that was clearly a black action on you guys' part. But
Why the
Yeah.
hell is the fern even in question on the news?
but
Oh,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
Hmm.
um, but yeah,
But
there's all kinds of weird shit.
hmm. I realize we're in the middle of nowhere. There's still some people in the packed worlds that I would like to get on this.
Hmm.
Mostly, man, we could really, use a Vile and Kelvan's help. And honestly, at this point, Crip needs to stop touring with the boys and come back too, because he has expertise in things of this nature as well.
He's a technomancer, so
Well, and he's been running around with the one group of guys that looks for secrets for no other reason than they're bored and they're trying to make a new album.
kind of.
I
That is
mean,
what
it
they do.
has been an excellent way for us to get information in the past.
Yeah.
And they have a cult following, which means, 50,000 fans could show up to a battle.
Some of those people are probably some of the people that are coming up with some of the ridiculous defenses of you guys. This stuff
Hell
is-
That's
yeah.
also true, yeah.
Yo, Keepers of the Secret seem real tinfoil hat fans to me because it's kind of like they've got the ultimate secrets. I feel
well,
like
they're
also your weird like parents friend who had like your parents' weird friend who like sits in his basement all day listening to far right media. Like the government's made of lizard people. I feel like they'd be like half the kind of community that would listen to them too.
But
well, I
there
mean, the
really are
keeper.
lizard people in the government in Starfinder.
In
This
Starfinder,
is
yeah,
true.
you're
Yeah,
right.
this is true. The well, to the point. I mean, they openly worship Nyarlathotep, who is the
Yeah.
god of conspiracies and secrets and shit. So, like, their fan base is a little nutty like that. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, they're a little nutty, even though they're kind of posers somewhat to the whole thing.
Yes,
You know,
they're definitely
they're
posers.
their fan base totally buys into it 100%. Like,
Right? There are literally thousands of people that like them that worship Narulitap because they do.
yeah, yeah. All right, represent my deity.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's like people who wear pentagrams because they listen to metal.
yeah, exactly. um, but yeah, you're like we kind of get this whole thing where you're sending out, and you wanted to send out messages to try to get a hold of people, specific people's eye.
Yes, definitely Evile and Kelvam and Crypt because we might as well have the whole team back together for this. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, if the universe is at ends, they have a reason to fucking help. They have a kid to worry about, and Crypt owes me. Let's see, and what about oh man, Glear. We need to find Glear
Oh
and a few
yeah,
other
I forgot
people.
Glear existed.
Uh,
I
I
miss
never
Glear.
forget about Glear. I never forget about Glear. I just, yeah. So far, the judge has been like, no, he can't come. And I'm like, well,
Haha.
I'm going to keep bringing him up. And there's those. We also kind of need to find our Shofa and Reloma. They have been on our to do list for like 2.5 seasons now.
Hey, what was that one dude's name? The fucking cop who was kind of a dick that was around in the first and second season?
Oh, Round and Sabea, we definitely should
Yeah.
call them
What are
too
they up to?
because they're also undercover cops.
Yeah, and they probably have at least some sway in their departments. I mean, this is going to have to be groundswell. We're not going to be able to do everything above the board by any means.
Well, and there's a reason. I mean, we've spent the last 2 seasons being, nice and diplomatizing with everyone. We're trying to work this up.
Yeah,
This
I'm
isn't me
just
trying to be a
happy.
barbarian king.
I'm just happy that like finally we're getting recognition for the good things that we do, instead of
Well,
just getting a called a terrorist because everything. I mean,
right,
don't
yeah.
get me
I mean,
wrong,
they
Left
never
Left
pay
kind of put
attention
us
when
in
we
that
give drugs
situation.
away.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah. They didn't
I've
pay
given away
attention to the fact that we gave.
thousands of med packs.
Yeah, no, we've given away so much, like Slef design special radiation suits and fucking like
Mm,
help deal with fucking whatever that ecological disaster was at that one point, like that meteor
mm-hmm.
thing. And like we've given up a lot of meds at a loss of profit and attacked insurgents ourselves.
Mm.
But that was all in the Tabori cluster and the Pact World, and the Pact Worlds was essentially. Plus, you have had people in the media that have been. You have people that were manipulating the media against you.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Right.
you
You
have
know,
both allies and enemies within the Aspis Consortium. So
that's
Right.
how far away this has actually gotten from us is I just want to fucking, go shoot her. She doesn't even have to die. I just want to be able to be like, I made you bleed and then leave.
Yeah.
And all of this has fucking come from me going, fuck that job. And her going, fuck those motherfuckers for quitting in the middle of a job.
Yeah, no, that's like the most fucked up part is like most of our bad image is just because of like her. Like, don't get me wrong, Slef played into it, but like she's been on our ass since day fucking one.
Yeah, right. Ooh, let's see if we can get her daughter. Her daughter should be out of jail by now.
yeah, there's a yeah. You're so
All right, but anyway,
you guys are making like contacts, trying to contact people, making mail, sending out messages, what have you.
right. I assume that the doctor professor has at least one ship that fucking has an awesome drift drive. So
Yeah.
once we make up all the messages, he sends them back to the pack world so that they can get to people.
Right. And being that you guys and him and his people are the only ones that know the coordinates for where the Ever is actually located at right now.
Mm-hmm.
What have you. And I think that there's one more thing with hmm. God, I forget what the other thing was because there was something with Talent that Talent was gonna do, and I can't remember what it was exactly. I guess we'll remember it next week or sometime down the road. Because I need to jump over to Vesa and Company.
Hi.
And let's bring something up here. Okay, so I need to clear this whole thing. Clear the turn list. And then we're going to need to do some initiatives here. So select your tokens and roll some initiatives, including for your NPCs.
Am I rolling initiative against at this time?
You are rolling initiative as a general thing because you are in a situation that where it's going to start to matter.
Where
Okay.
did oh, there it
So-
is. Never mind.
Lee, you're going to need to roll your initiative as well since you're there.
You okay?
I know. I got her.
And let's see. I need to roll initiative for Mercs, so I need to do.
I guess I can't roll for Oshni. I can't roll for any of these guys because I have control over Grugus.
I'll roll for Oshni if I need to.
Okay. It's their
There it
tokens
is.
that I don't have. I don't have. Wait, I do have control over him.
Hey, GM, where am I on this map anyway?
Put yourself up towards the top, in that corner up there.
I'll be right with you.
That corner?
Yeah, the upper left-hand side.
Oh wait,
I'm on there
Left
twice,
hand,
by
okay.
the way.
Oshni.
There you go. Now whoever has control of Oshni should be able to control Oshni.
Alright. I'm about to actually re-roll his thing because I forgot to click on him.
What about
There.
Grugus? You should be able to roll. Whoever has
I got
control of Grugus should be able to do him.
I got everybody else.
You got Qualu as well?
Yes.
Okay, good. Alright.
There.
And then
Alright, and then
I need to do. He's got. Okay, so I did forget to add that in. I'm glad I remember that now.
Is this you, Computer King?
I'm up here. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. She would be with you.
Yeah.
Alright, and then we go to. Really?
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 Oh no,
There's an extra Vesa in there, by the way. Mine's the little circle.
I'm. Right. Did I spell it different? Yeah, I did. Okay. Alright, so I had the wrong thing. Let's see. Click on the right.
Nerks is with us, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mercs is also with
Okay.
us.
I want to make sure that's right today. Oh shit, that's not right. I gotta re-roll that. Duh.
I just remembered Oshni has 2 wonder grenades painted like eyes inside of him.
He does.
Oh, that's so wonderful.
It's
I'm gonna
wondrous.
make him spit a couple out.
Okay, so let's go here.
My
So
painting skills have improved, so now I can make them look more realistic.
holy shit,
Realistic,
go Qualu. Damn.
you know.
Let's see.
I mean, being a freedom fighter, that gets you ready for just about anything, I guess.
Let's see. I gotta click on her icon. Do her initiative. Alright, that's not her. And then I need. Oops. Where's the Packed Worlds? There it is. Because I need to. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Alright. Alright. Really? Alright, so that'll be. That'll be. First couple of them are fairly quick. Ooh, shit. And all right. So the first one, and then I need to do the. Oh, damn it! I forgot. I got the other 2 there. I need to do. Let's see. I don't know why I didn't just roll all these initiatives last night. It would have made more sense.
Because
Aw,
you're human. You are human.
because you celebrate too hard sometimes and forget things.
Must be it.
I have the same problem.
Alright, so. Alright. Let's see. So who are you? You are okay. That's you. So top of the round, these guys are spreading out um, and they're looking for 15, 20, 25, 30. Let's see. So that's what he's going to do. Qualu. What is
Ugh.
Qualu going to do here?
What do you want him to do?
I'm thinking. Uh, shit, what is this? Um, I don't know. I mean, preferably not kill the guy inside the fucking lab. Um, can I like say something to him
Yes.
mentally?
Yeah,
All
you
right.
guys do have
Say
the
yes.
headbands, so yeah.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
What
have
was it?
limited
So
telepathy anyway, so yeah, you can
Yeah.
talk
right.
telepathically. The question
Okay.
is do the other Lashuntas in the room, will they be able to like intercept it?
Eh,
There are
let
other
him.
Lashentas in the room?
Yeah, Doctors Shofo and Roloma are both Lashunta.
Oh, I didn't realize that. No, I'm gonna use the headband.
It's
Not
still they can intercept.
they
Yeah,
can.
Yeah.
well,
All right.
they might
Without
be
us
able to.
trying harder.
They that's not a guarantee. They might be able to. It depends on whether they have the telepathic spy proficiencies or not.
Well, let's hope they do. Because I'm gonna say to Qualu, don't hurt the doctors. We need their help. Try to convince them we need their help. Also, what the fuck do we do? That's what I'm gonna say internally to Qualu. And fucking, I don't know what Qualu's gonna do because I don't know the mind of Qualu.
Well,
Well,
Quato says.
yeah. Well,
Um,
Captain, the situation appears to be grim. It looks like since you fired everyone, there's a whole bunch of people not between us and those people that are trying to kill everyone.
just didn't
Maybe you
want to
should
be.
try and rehire the guards.
All right. Well, fucking not gonna work. But okay. Um. Uh. Can I get Qualu to jump on this? Well, I guess my initiative's
I,
so far down. It'd have to be something
I
that
was
I'd
gonna
have to
say,
do.
well,
So,
these two doctors are going to know how to use the PA system if there is one.
so
well, and Qualu would also be able to tell you that strategically speaking, that where you're at right now is a defensible position,
right.
but it's also a hostile position because there's only the
Mm,
one way in or out, which means they're going to have to come through the one way. But
Hey,
you're also looking at you don't know exactly how many of them there are or what their capabilities are.
Is there a way to
and
make contact with the people outside that are in
what
our
about
group that are hanging back? Uh,
people that you
excuse
don't know
me.
about technically?
No. The
The people you fired?
resistance fighters.
Oh,
No, the
those guys.
resistance fighters.
Possibly. I mean, why wouldn't we have a way to contact them?
That would make sense if
Well,
we
they
had
are
like a
Gesture?
radio or something.
they are kind of waiting to they did say they were waiting if they didn't hear anything from you by a certain point they would they would change their tactics, but
Okay, so
you're not at that time limit yet. So
well,
However, there
surely
is
that
now a big
implies
fuck off shit.
that
there's no
implies they
what?
expect to hear from you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, they saw what happened to the building. Surely
Yeah,
they would understand that plans
Ye-
changed. That's kind of,
right.
it'd be dumb if they didn't.
Well, yeah,
So,
and we
Call
addressed
them.
that last week. They
I
did.
can
They're
try and
right,
call them.
please try and let them know that we are in a bit of a pickle. And also, do they have an idea of how many people came in the building?
You know,
Say,
yeah.
we should
It's,
be able to gather that information at the moment because the camera systems are still on.
Right. We didn't shoot those like I had considered. I had
Right.
considered shooting the camera.
But
That's great.
yeah, you two. How many people came in?
Well,
He's talking to Shofo.
she's not the one standing by the
Oh, sorry,
computer.
Reloma.
Neither of them are standing next to a console.
Okay, well, this isn't my
There is
place. I don't know where anything is.
one of their guards that was actually down here is one
Oh,
of their.
someone that didn't get fired.
Yeah,
Pete, call your buddies. We need their help. They get
He's like-
hired back, full benefits, double the pay, 401k match. Let them come back. Ask them to come back.
he looks. He looks over at Shofa and Roloma because they did basically said you're not her, and he looks very confused and nervous, and Roloma goes, "Call them back. Don't tell." He's like, "She's like, call them back," but she's like, "Call them back, but we'll deal with this situation after." And she's like, and he kind of goes, he looks at the doctor, he goes, yeah, okay. And like he puts out, he starts, he pulls out his comm and he pulls out his personal comm pad and he's like, uh, and pulls it up like, he's like, yeah, no, 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 I know. No, that was fucked up shit. No, it's really, do what? Are you kidding me? No, get back here. No, it's fine. You gotta, what? What? There's too much noise. Is that what the? And he kind of and he goes and looking. He's like he turns around and he like pushes a couple buttons on the console, and the ship that had dropped these people off is now in the process of like strafing the is now in the process of strafing the guards that had left the facility. They are in a scattered disarray of trying. Some of them are trying to fight back. Some of them are trying to run. Some of run away. Some of them are trying to run back to the building. They don't have a particular amount of organization right now. And he goes, he's like, no, get him. He's like, yeah, well, Fred says he's gonna do what he can, but he points at the screen. He goes, that's a thing.
Oh,
He's,
I'm gonna look over at the lab, the doctors, and be like, "Your people are useless."
and
I'm just saying.
Captain,
So-
should we send for the Spitfire?
Yes, please. Yes, that sounds like a great idea. Let's get the Spitfire.
and Dr. Shofo is just like, Dr. Shofo is just like, yeah. He's like, clearly they're useless if they didn't if they didn't figure out that you weren't you weren't the Queen of Venom.
And I'm gonna look at him and go, listen, technically I am. I'm just not her. We have the same genetic makeup. It's a whole thing. And if you'd like to sit down and chat about it over like coffee or something that
I,
I'm not gonna poison you with because I'm not the one. I keep
I
offering people coffee even though I'm the oh my god. What is wrong
is
with
like,
me?
he's just,
And I'm
he,
gonna say all of that just like that. Like, I'm
yeah,
sorry. I'm not fucking her. I swear.
he just
And I'm
looks at
gonna
you.
roll with diplomacy.
Yeah, he's like, clearly. He's just like clenched teeth. He's like, he,
You
Why are
may
you
need to
mad
punch
at
him in the
me?
face.
I don't want to punch him in the face. I want to have a conversation with him. And surely
Mm.
50 would make him calm his goddamn tits. A
he's like,
little.
as I said, we don't have time for this discussion right now.
Sure, sure. But if we survive it, I'd really like to talk. Genuinely like to talk. No bullshit. No fighting. No stabbing at each other or shooting at each other or whatever you want to fucking do. I don't want to do any of that. I want to have a conversation. And not about her and not about any of that. I just want to talk. Please.
Well, so is Quello going to take any other action besides
He's gonna
calling?
bar. He's barring the door because I don't know what
Yeah,
else to do right now. Let him bar the door.
Yeah.
okay.
Other than defend Vesa, I mean, he's gonna hold his action.
I think so.
I
I
mean,
think
I
that
mean,
would be
it's
good.
what it's a move equivalent action to do all the stuff I just did. So yeah,
Yeah, so he'll hold his action, and if someone breaks in through the door, then he'll fucking attack.
yay.
Thank you.
All right. There we go. That guy is going to move. What is Grugus's action?
Grugus is probably a little pissed. I think he's also gonna probably hold his action as well. Let me see what kind of attacks he's got going on. Yeah, he's gonna pull out his. No, hold on. His bombastic hand cannon. Um, he entropic strike. What is that? Is that just like that's a melee weapon?
It's
So that's his hand.
that's his hands. That's like basically when he or when a vanguard uses entropic strike, they're utilizing the entropic energies of the universe to attack somebody. They can use it
Okay,
with a weapon, but it supersedes the damage for the weapon. So a lot of vanguards
okay.
just use their hands unless they're at a ranged combat.
All right. So I think he'll do that, but he'll hold his action same. If someone gets through the door, he's gonna hold his action until then.
All right.
And clearly, he'd say something kind of quippy.
Yeah, oh, probably like probably he'd probably look over at Ducey and be like, "So, still think you've got all the good luck?" and
Ooh.
Ducey is
Ooh.
like, and Ducey's like, well, "What are you talking about? The situation's not over yet. We could come out of this looking incredibly amazing, like what, like epic heroes. It could be incredibly lucky."
Hmm.
And Nurx, for her part, she's like, "All right, Tiger, I think you've got the look." Actually, for you know what, she has a different reaction. She's still staring at the screen that's got Rulia on it, and she's like, "God fucking damn it! Wow, just fucking wow." And
I think you
she
should just be glad it's not you.
and she
You know
just
it'd be worse if it was you.
yeah, she kind of starts stalking towards the door. Um, you've already barred the door. Actually,
Yeah.
in that case, she's gonna fade back over here, cause, and she's gonna clearly everyone who sees her hide, she's not hidden from, but anybody that enters the room would have to beat the DC to notice that she's there. Rolls a 7 and still nearly gets a 30. That's what she's gonna do. Where's A? This guy goes in here and you see, maybe you see like those of you who are in here paying any attention to the screen see that the anti-air cannons just stop. They just stop working. They go back to resting position and stop. Which
That's no good.
yeah, that
Oh,
gives the starship superiority, air superiority like no with like no other. They no longer have to duck and dodge. Um,
great. I'm so excited.
that's his action. And that is Roloma. Okay. Well, for her part, Roloma is going to.
Paloma looks
She
like me.
does she? Oh yeah, it is the
Yeah.
same. I'll change that.
No, it's fine. It's funny.
I forgot that was this issue, the image that you were using.
It's okay though. We can change that later.
Let's see. She's going to utilize her. She's going to. She'll take out her. She pulls out her gun, turns around, and fires it right at this guy.
Which
And
guy?
the guy standing behind her, this guy,
Gotcha.
hits him with a needle, and she hits him with a needle, and she's like, "You. Your job is to guard the front. Go out the front. Go out the door to the room, and you're to guard outside." And he kind of looks at her. He's like, and I think he'll go. He kind of moves past. Say 5, 15, 20, and he'll get right outside the door here. That's what he's gonna do. And this guy, he is also 5, 10, 15, 30. He is moving this way. And Shofo will shoot this guy and tell him like, "You join it." He's like, "You." He's like, "You're gonna stay inside." He says, "You back here with me, with us." So he has him come back here. He's like, "You're gonna," but he does shoot him with a with something. Lee, don't worry about like the like getting across the terrain and everything right now. This is sort of narratively happening. What's going? There's too small of an area out here to really just be like, "Oh, a big major battle." So this is narrative out here. But Lee, you see a number of what look like, a number of people come, come leaving the building and what have you, and you're assume that you're still much farther than that away from the actual building. You're probably at least 100 to 200 feet away from the building because you would have wanted to stay out of range of the cameras. But you see a lot of people coming out of the building. At first, they were just kind of like walking out, looking confused and whatnot. Then, when the ship showed up, dropped people out and whatnot, you have just seen the guns go silent on the base, and this starship is making strafing passes to attack the people that are coming from the building, who are all in a disarray. Some of them are trying to shoot at the ship ineffectively, mostly. Some are trying to run away. Some are trying to run back to the building. But the ship is kind of hammering them at the moment. What is your move? The unannihilated is already moving across the intervening space.
Yeah, Lee's gonna be running with him. He'll be like, "Come on, let's get inside."
All right. Um, the are you going to interact with the other people that came from the building at all, or are you just going to run right by them?
I'll probably shout, "Get inside where they're not shooting you."
Yeah. All right. So getting across here, I'm gonna need this. I'm gonna treat this as a bit of a challenge rather than specific combat roles. Give me a give me a reflex save here. I'll make one for the Unannihilated as well. Because at this point, you guys are in the thick of some shit. 26, 31.
Excuse
All right.
me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Bless up.
For this round, you managed to avoid flying debris or, or getting too close to where the laser discharges or hitting the ground and what have you. So you managed to not take damage, although because the weapons fire from the ship is tearing up the ground so bad, it is treated as difficult terrain. So your movement speed is halved.
Gotcha.
Which, being that Akaton is a low gravity world, means your movement speed is the same as it would normally be. Then moving to the Queen of Infernos. You see her, those of you watching the camera's internal see that she says something to the two soldiers that are up here, or two soldiers, they don't really look so much like soldiers as they do outlaws and pirates. Says something to them, and then she moves on. She's made it to one of the big rooms here. Let's see. D here moves in here, and you see him placing charges.
Okay.
Explosive charges. And now Ashira. And Ashira has not had a chance to regain any of the spells she used in her last fight. And there's a lot of ground to cover. What is Ashira's move?
One moment. I have to remember.
It's a Shiro today.
I'm a Shira at the moment.
Yeah, he's controlling Ashira since.
Okay, so with
but
that
it's
in
good here.
mind, I'm going to cast
All right.
Resilient Armor, and then I'll move.
All right, so grant 10 energy or 10 damage. Are you going for a straight up? Are you going for damage reduction, or are you going for energy resistance?
I'm going for energy resistance at this time.
Okay.
I realize that I can't change it unless I cast a different spell, but still. 3 different kinds of energy versus,
Okay, so what types of energy are you going to be resistant against?
So
Are you
fire,
Good.
sonic, and what's the other one? Burn Ward, what do your missiles do? Energy.
Yeah, they do energy.
Electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
they do
those
electric
3.
and fire. But I have special plasma missiles. If they're just standard missiles, they just do explosive, like fire.
Just want to make sure. So yeah, those
Yeah.
are the 3.
All right, so electricity, sonic, and fire. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm sorry.
And if she's
Go ahead.
going to move across territory, then I will need a reflex save.
Okay. Oh no.
The ground it's treated as difficult terrain one way or another, so.
Reflex. Oh, she's terrible with that. Wasn't bad. How was it? Was it enough?
21. Let's see. It's going to be some damage, not as much as it could be. Let's see. $11 points. Debris, chunks of rock, and chunks of the energy, like the ship's laser cannons hit like a rock fairly close to where Ashira is running. She gets pelted with shrapnel.
Okay.
Some rather sharp pieces in there.
Ow.
Fucking fuck.
This one right here is going to, let's see, he is also going to move, but he's going to move right about there, waiting, and what have you. Oshni.
Ashni. Right. So Ashni's probably like, cool dude, so what do we do? And I have a thought. So let me tell you about it, Ashni. I need all your grenades. I need every single grenade we have in this place. And I'm gonna look over at the doctors and be like, you got any explosives on you? Anything? At all? Wait a minute. We have explosives on us because we were gonna blow the fucking lab up.
Yes,
Duh.
you have all
All
kinds
right.
of explosives. Not only
Who's
that,
the
but remember you
fastest?
set those explosives on the wall so you could cut through if you needed to.
Yes, we fucking did. All right. And we detonate, but not yet. Here's what we need to do. Deucey, I need your help. I'm gonna need you to cause a distraction. It's gonna be hard, and I'm gonna need you to run real fucking fast. So when it comes around to your turn again, I'm gonna need you to hold, please. I had it and I lost it, but it's almost back. All right. So I want you to make ghost sound in, and I'm gonna point at the camera. I want you to make ghost sound in this room. Okay? I want you to make ghost sounds and I want you to do dancing lights. And you can't do both. Okay, make ghost sounds in this room. I want you to make it as loud as humanly possible. I want to get as many people in this space so that we can blow up this wall over here that you, Nerks, remember, you were like, why didn't they make a door? Bitch, let's make a door. So we're going to blow this wall up. And while they're all in this room here, as I'm pointing on the screen panicking, we're going to blow this fucking wall up and then we're going to run our fucking asses off and we're going to attempt to get the fuck out of here before they start going through this door. So it should be fine, right? Should be fine. We should do it. We should fucking do it. So that's what I would like to do. All in favor say aye, please.
I
I fucking don't want to die, so let's fucking do this.
So, all right, well, let's see.
And honestly, let's see. I go fairly fast, so if I have to run into this room here, the room that I am gonna point to again, if I have to run into this room here, or even just open the door and fire shots and then hit my jetpack and run out, then that's what I'm gonna do. Like whoever's fucking fastest, but I don't want anybody to die. So if it has to be me, then I'll fucking do it.
All right. And Ovesh.
yes.
Oh.
Win 5. Control
Oh,
Ovesh.
yes.
Oh, right. I forgot about Ovesh.
Assassinate
Yeah.
Ovesh.
So that's.
Oh.
Wait, I don't want to assassinate Ovesh, but
No,
let's
not
see.
yet.
Ovesh is going to. Are these good guys or bad guys?
Those are good guys.
Well, they're
Well,
people with
they're
Shofra and
good
Relova.
right now.
Okay, well,
Temporarily allied for purposes of not getting murdered.
okay, well, Ovesh is going to drop into stealth and then do a double move. So let's see here. God damn it, Ovesh. Well, she's still going to do the double move. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She's going to drop into here and close the door behind her.
All right, the room with
That
all
way-
the technical junk.
Yep, and that way she can drop into stealth again next turn, because whatever.
All right.
Does anyone else have static while he's talking?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
getting
Yeah.
a lot of
Okay.
distortion on that.
Hold on, let me make sure I'm even on my fucking correct microphone.
My
I've been having
my
trouble with.
headphones are gonna die.
Yeah, I'm on my correct microphone. Well, let me
Oh,
turn hardware acceleration back on. How's that?
better.
Okay.
I have to run
Now is
upstairs
my
and see
camera
if
working
it's
still? Yes. Okay, cool. We're set. Sorry, guys.
There we go.
So he'll go there. And this guy, he is gonna go. He's gonna go in here and start setting charges. So that's what he's doing. And now it's down to Vesa.
Right. Hold on. Sorry, I had to run upstairs and get headphones because these are gonna die. Like in the worst possible time. So, okay. I'm gonna start ferrying people out of the room. Like, I'll unbar the door, and I don't have a better plan, but we can die here in this room, or we can attempt to die out there. So I'm
Where's
gonna
this
start
go?
like what?
Where does what go?
Oh, it's not clicking. Hang on. That green door here at the bottom.
That?
Yeah.
Where does
Is that
that
not a
door
door?
go?
If you look in there, it's an office.
Great. Neat.
There's really not much
And
there but the office computer stuff.
I'm gonna ask the doctors. Do you not have any lockdown measures that you have here? You can lock the doors down, at least for enough time to get us out if we make a new door?
It's like, well, it would be possible, except for the fact that it looks like she's like, it looks like they've got somebody who's already into our computer system.
That's super great. Um, okay, we need to leave. This is a coffin. We need to go. Do you want me to grab anything? Do you have research you would like to keep before this place
Yeah,
topples?
they're like, we'll deal with our research.
You don't have to be shitty. I'm trying to save your goddamn life. Quit.
And before that, you were trying to blow up the building and destroy our operation.
It'd be a lot easier
You'll
if you just killed
Yeah.
them.
Let's just do that now, Captain. I think if they're going to be dicks, we should just destroy them.
Kill
I
them.
really don't want to kill these people. I feel like they're going to be valuable. I feel like they're important.
They're
I don't
dicks and they're
fucking know
not going
why.
to help you.
Probably.
Right?
However,
They're exactly
however,
like regular Shofo and Rolomo.
wait, however, I wouldn't as Michael because to Amy because your character's doing really good at staying good. So,
Yeah.
you're the captain. You have final say.
I know. I don't want them to die. I didn't want anybody to die.
Kill them. Kill them now.
Evil
Ugh.
Scott
you're
from
supposed to be
beyond.
a
Don't kill them.
Hey, you're supposed to be a researcher, not a murder hobo, Scott.
I mean,
You
all right. I
don't
just
listen to the evil voices. You be you.
Do it.
let me just think. If they're gonna be dicks, they can help themselves.
Right. They haven't exactly stopped you. They did back you up on, hey, call those fuckers back, but that's probably
Right.
self-interest.
Right. Of course it is. So
In
we're
fact,
gonna
you're
get
pretty
our
sure that
people
they're.
out.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're pretty sure that they're
They're gonna
working
fucking
with
double
you.
cross as soon as they can.
Yeah, it basically extends to self-motivation, self-serve.
Right, I understand. That's why they pulled their guard back there so they could shoot us all in the back when we fucking leave. I'm not fucking stupid. I'm just trying to not fucking die and not kill other people unnecessarily. But however,
Right.
don't
No, I
fucking
get
test
that.
me because I'm just gonna be the fucking horrible queen that they think I am. So I'm getting my people out. Fuck these people, and if they fucking shoot at us, I will murder them my goddamn self. So, we're
I will
leaving.
follow you to my
So,
death, my queen.
We're leaving
what
out of
is?
this room right now. My people are going. If you want to go, you guys can go. If you want to stay, you guys can stay. But I know your fucking names, so don't fucking do anything stupid. I know you.
You. So, are you gonna? What kind of action are you gonna take here? You gonna take a move
I'm
action, or is it?
I'm gonna take a move action. I'm gonna go out the door.
All right. Go
I
ahead
don't
and
know
move.
how. Let's see. I think I can move 30 feet. I might be able to move more. Is this even my character sheet? Whose character sheet is this? I don't have enough screen real estate for this many character sheets. I don't know how you do it.
Assume that the stairs going upstairs are right here in this corner.
In this corner here. Yeah, we're fucking moving. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I believe it's 30. Let me confirm. I think it's 40. It's fucking 40. I'm halfway up the fucking stairs. So we get 5, 30, fucking halfway up the goddamn stairs.
And
No,
you can
wait.
also,
No, I'm not. Not yet.
you can take a
I'm
double
not.
move too if you need to.
There's no door there yet. I'm gonna hit the fucking. No, wait.
No,
There was a
you want to.
plan.
Yeah.
There was a plan. I'm gonna go up the stairs. So I'll end up right about here.
All right.
And I'm gonna hope that Doozy follows me because I asked him to very nicely. And he has 30, whatever.
And he can do a double move too if he needs to.
I would like him to do a double move. Yes.
All right. Go ahead and.
So let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, which makes him right here. And then 5, well, hold on, let me do this. 5, 15, 20, 25. He's not going to make it all the way to the door. But he'll get close enough. Yeah, that's it.
All right.
He's going to prep.
All right. And F. Let's see, straight up F, F, B. He's probably down here. So, yep. All right. Do you guys want to try to do one more round of combat, or do you want to call it for tonight and start with the top of the round next week?
We
Start
can
with top
start
of the
with the
round.
top.
Yeah.
Yeah, next
Yeah.
week.
Start at top of the round next week. Okay.
Mm.
All right. Awesome. Then let's go ahead and get started on sign offs. Sorry about the late start, everybody. I just did not have my shit together today. That's my bad.
You're great. Sir.
Wait,
Um,
did we look
Oh,
at the
it's
fucking
time for
cameras
player's
before we
choice.
bounced? We looked at the cameras before we bounced, and we noticed there's only one person in that hallway at this fucking time. So, I almost want to do one more round of combat. Like, because
I will say that I am good, but if you want to control Ovesh, that is totally fine.
No, I'll wait until tomorrow. I know it's late for or not tomorrow. I'll wait till next week. I know it's late for everybody. I'm just thinking.
right on, right on.
Okay.
Wanting to play more means that you're enjoying it. I'm glad.
Yes.
Enjoying it as much as I don't want to die. I'm very excited to get out
Tomato,
of the
tomato.
situation.
Hey,
Right.
to die is a truly great adventure.
I don't want to have that adventure yet.
I
I'm
don't want to have
interested.
that
I
adventure.
didn't buy my tickets.
Right. I still have
Player's
so much paperwork to sign before I'm allowed to die.
Mm.
Right. Paperwork. I mean, there's like packing to do, and listen, it's gonna be a hot mess if I die now. I mean, you know how many boxes my family's gonna have to go through? Just bullshit. Like, no, I can't.
All right. So let's do players' choices and do sign offs. Scott, you want to kick us off here?
Kick it.
Okay. I'm Scott. I played Xander. I think I did really effective today. Okay, I didn't find the research I wanted, but hey, I'm heading in the right direction generally. Hopefully. Yeah. Anyways, what else am I in? Wednesday we got Hinchman where I play night, and they're trying to save the world too, or something. I don't remember. It's been a while. Okay, so Thursday we get New Amsterdam with Spat, which kind of weird. We met some really high up person in an organization. That was kind of cool. But I heal people. I'm getting better at it. We're learning new stuff. Only thing I can think of else I'm in. So yeah, that's me.
Alrighty. Computer King, you want to go next?
I'm the Computer King, the supervillain of streaming, and I was Lee, and I ran and did not get blown up partially, so that's a good thing. On Wednesdays, I run from hench to mensch, where, well, they think they've saved the world so far, but then they got the news that something else is coming, or is there. Who knows what'll happen next? In New Amsterdam, I don't know what's going on, but I play a corpo who looks and sounds like a young Forrest Whitaker. And on Sundays, I'm in Yakshas as John Zulu, who drives a big monkey mech named Kong, of course. So other than that, sometimes I stream as the Computer King. Don't forget the. And later on this week on Friday, get your legendary gear ready to hand to me because I turned level 50.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Right on. And I think, and next, let's go with Gunner.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cyrus Smith. Today you caught me playing Toka Bailey, the isekai, who didn't do a whole lot today except figure out how to lay. Let's see, what is it? The best laid plans of mice and men and isekai and Nejzadar. You know what? That was dead before it hit the table. I'm not even gonna bother anymore. You can also find me on Wednesday playing. Acer and Razor, who don't know what the fuck is going on, but it's going to be interesting. You can also find me on Thursday playing. God, at this point, just failure of a person, also known as me. Feel like I'm playing myself some days. Anyways, but you can find me in New Amsterdam on Thursdays. You can also find me on Sundays playing Indiana, who is definitely just kind of crazy at this point. I'm sorry. It's late. I'm tired. Yeah, that's me.
Alrighty. Let's see. Vesa.
Yeah, hi, I'm played Vesa. I'm Amy Gedden. I'm stressed. It's fine. I also play in Hinge to Mensch as Fluff on Wednesdays. It's loads of fun. I really like that game. I really like this game too. I'm just stressed and ready to be out of the situation and back on my ship and everything's fine and get back home and what the fuck, I'm tired. So, I've only been stressing about this for several weeks. It's great. It's I'm not losing my hair over it. It's fine. Uh yeah, so other than this, total uh Joe, I stream a super chill, stress-free stream every Tuesday through Friday where we color and listen to music because it's just balls to the wall fucking stressful and I need a whole week to calm the fuck down. Starts at 10 o'clock in the morning Pacific Standard Time. You should come hang out. It's fucking wonderful. Every Friday I give away a decal.
I
Come hang
feel
out with me.
so convinced that it is stress-free from that small snippet you gave us.
It really is though, because like I'll have woken up and I had coffee and I'm definitely still in pajamas and I'm like, fuck it, we're gonna color. And that's how we spend the entire time.
That's
We play
great.
music
Love that.
and we
Nice.
say, fuck it, let's color. It's fun. Right now I'm stressed, so it feels like it's not fun, but it's lots of fun. That's me.
Oh,
She's got
man.
international fans. I mean, fun and ridiculous how chill it is. It's so chill that while I listen at work, after about 10 minutes, I start to nod off and I have to like go do something.
Oh no. It's
But I
great,
listen
but
to Amy every day that she's on for a little bit and tell her I
Yeah.
love Zamzam.
yes, and I tell him I love Zamzam back. Same for Computer King. He's always there. It's wonderful. I missed you last week.
Mm.
I was out of town.
I know.
Well,
Yeah,
that
that's it.
well, that makes for a natural segue into the Commodore.
Oh. Hi. Right now, I play the Commodore on Monday nights. It's my favorite day of the week. Even though the Jester goes out of his way to make sure that, I yell at him every night after we finish gaming. Um,
I make
like he's
everybody
like,
yell at me.
what can I do to make Chris yell at me before he goes home? Okay. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with this. We've been doing it for a ridiculous amount of time, and I enjoy all of these people. We have a lot of fun together. And yeah. My friend Amy Gedden, she has an Etsy, and she'll say that now. I love putting her on the spot. Amy Gedden, Etsy.
I
It's
don't.
not.
Oh, can you hear me now?
There
Yeah,
you
I
go.
hear you
Yes.
now.
Okay, so my headphones died and I had to switch out to a different thing that also had a microphone attached. So yeah, my Etsy is nerd out. Words are hard.
Words are
Nerd.
hard.
So fucking hard. Nerd Art by Amy, spelled AMIE, because it's fucking weird. Come see my weird shit. Okay.
Yeah, she has all kinds of cool shit. Go check
Oh
her
yeah.
out. My friend Purple Codex and her both have Publix, and wow, let's try that again. My friend Purple Codex and my friend Amy Gedden both have T Publix, and they sell fucking amazing, awesome shit there. You can get tapestries and coffee mugs and fucking all kinds of crazy stuff. Uh, and of course, Amy Gedden supports Sports Booze and Bitches, and you can get that shit from her. It's food worth
True.
dying over. And I normally say on to Purple Codex, and she's not here. So whatever, Jester, you do your thing.
Well, actually, we got one more to go. We got win 5 get 1 free.
But
Oh well,
me?
no, I mean you had to choose. Yeah.
Oh, I have to choose.
Wow, it's me. I can't believe it. Hello, everybody. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free. And today you caught me playing Ex Paralictor Burnwarn, the man who has decided, no, fuck you. If there's war, I'm getting us ready for war. Enough dragging our feet. And is getting a whole bunch of mercenaries all in one place. It's going to be really fun. Sean, I hope you bring some of the most scummy and some of the most honorable men all under one roof. I expect great things.
Oh,
Um,
yeah.
oh yeah, absolutely. Let's see here. You can also catch me on Thursdays where I run New Amsterdam, the game where yeah, the crew actually did a pretty good job recently. They got a lot of rep because they became big goddamn heroes by protecting a van. And that van got the shit beat out of it and still is good, is still fine. So yeah. Let's see here. Next thing's next. Next thing's next. You can catch me on Sundays for Yakshas, where Frank did some stuff. I'm not even I just it's crazy, and if you want to see it, check out the VOD. I'm pretty proud of that whole session. I think it was a great session. Um and then yeah, if you are currently watching us on Twitch, thank you so much. We love you. However, you could be watching us on YouTube right now again and again and again and again and again, where we are located at youtube.com/Paradise Theater. And if you are currently watching us on YouTube, we love you. Thank you. However, you silly goose, why ain't you watching us live at twitch.tv/pair_dice_theater? Because we have a million goddamn underscores in that one. And if you are a fan of the hot, fast, and sexy world of scheduling, you are a community member who likes to be interacted upon and or with, and you happen to be a big fan of memes. Catch us at Pear Theater on Twitter. My name is Mike, also known as Win 5 Get 1 Free, and that is my sign off.
Awesome.
God, I love watching your camera, by the way, while I'm doing my outro. It's the best shit every time. Oh shit. Oh man.
All right, well, I guess that brings it back to me. So let's get the bookkeeping out of the way. 5,000 XP for everybody. And today's words are hard. Player's Choice Award winner is by a eking out by 1 vote, Oliver Byrne. So we'll have to give
Long
him
live
Hey.
his
Oliver
extra
Byrne.
XP. I'll have to give him his extra XP for
Hell
winning
yeah.
Player's Choice. Good job on Oliver.
Oh yeah.
So, with all of that said, crazy, wonderful stuff, what have you. I am the I am the Just King Zerat. You can catch me here on Monday nights for Fire Shrike. My favorite group of, well, space legend iconic save the galaxy peoples. Um,
I miss being
they're
space pirates.
well, kind of grew out of that to some extent. The
Forced out of it.
I was
Mhm.
gonna
yeah,
say, don't you ever say Twinkle is grown up. That is not true at all.
Haha.
Twinkle's not. I don't know. He's done pretty well lately.
Because he's
Um,
had to.
It's because
That's
he's
how you
had
grow
to.
up. You don't
that's
Let
grow
me
up
what.
tell
because
you,
you have to.
I
I was
feel
gonna
that
say
shit
that's
in
how
my
that works.
soul.
That's how that shit works.
Fuck.
um, you can catch me here for that. You can occasionally catch me here for other things. I'm still working some things out here and there. But you can also catch me on my other channel of Zerat, where I stream video games, mostly things like Sims 2 or Sims 4, I should say, and Fallout 4. Uh, you know, various other and some wrestling every now and again. Um, Usually that happens in the morning times, like you know 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning, something like that. But that said, believe that's all we've got for you tonight. Let's get an RIP Fern and get out of here.
R.I.P.
RIP
Fern.
R.I.P.
Fern.
Fern.